Good day, fellow crafters. Welcome back to the Forget Me Not Card Company YouTube channel. I'm Tamara, the card creator. If you love handmade greeting cards, unique design ideas, and fun crafting tutorials, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're going to be using different inking techniques while using an embossing folder to create two different cards. To get started with these projects, the first thing you need is an embossing folder. I created these with Altenew's Treasured Memories 3D folder, but you can have the same effect by using any other brands you happen to have on hand, just as long as they're of the 3D variety. The next thing you will need is some white cardstock and a misting sprayer filled with water. Off screen, I lightly misted the back of the cardstock. The reason is to soften up the paper fibers and avoid tearing. I next placed the damp cardstock into the embossing folder and then ran it through my Gemini die cutting machine. I do this a couple of times without opening the embossing folder to ensure a clean and crisp transfer. For my first card, I'm going to be using the deboss side of the embossing folder, which I'm going to ink using Altenew's crisp inks with a small blending brush. The complete list of colors and supplies will be in the description box below. I start by inking in the vines and leaves with the light green. I then added some shading with the darker green just to give it a little bit of dimension. Lastly, I inked in the flowers using pink, followed by shading with a little bit of red to complete the image. The next step is to color the background. To do this, I firmly hold my panel in place and then use a light pressure pushing a blue ink pad across the panel, starting in the corner where I'm securing the cardstock and moving away from me with each stroke. Once I have it covered, I rotate the panel 90 degrees. I pull the ink pad towards me, starting in the same corner I secured with my fingers. I do give it some up and down and left to right swipes, just to ensure I get it all covered evenly. You can see how this is starting to come together. That dark rich blue really makes the other colors of the panel just pop. Time for the next card after I quickly clean the ink off of my glass mat. I have a firm, fast rule in my craft studio, and that is that there's no wasting of supplies. So to clean up the excess ink, I pull out my misting bottle and heavily spray the leftover. I then take a spare piece of white cardstock and soak up the excess ink that I can use later as a background panel. Off camera, and following the previous steps for embossing as before, I made another embossed panel. To add color though, this time we're using the emboss side and started with the same blue ink while holding it flat to the panel, carefully moving it across the panel to ink the raised portion of the image. And once again, I clean up the same way, adding the leftover ink to the same spare cardstock. I have laid the two cards side by side so that you can see the difference in the two techniques. I'm curious, do you prefer embossing folders for backgrounds or for focal points? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. I always love hearing how others use their tools. Off camera, I went ahead and used the same coloring method with the small ink brushes to add the orange background and then cut the panels to its final dimension. I followed this up by using some blue ink on a bit of my saved white scrap, which you will see that I used as part of my sentiment in just a few minutes. Each of these panels are meant to fit an A2 card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So off screen, I trimmed a black mat to size by removing 1/8 of an inch to each side to its final dimension of 4 by 5 1/4. The background panel was trimmed with the same method to its final dimension of 5 by 3 3/4. The next stage is assembly. For this, I turned to my favorite liquid glue from Barely Arts. It is a quick, dry variety, so it makes card making easier. I first adhere the background panel to the mat, making sure to center it. I then adhere it to the card base off screen and weigh it down to dry while completing the same steps for the other card. Using some Altenew sentiment word dies from my collection, I then cut out the sentiments in white cardstock. For the blue card, I used a corresponding shadow die with black to place behind the words. And for the orange, I used the blue that you just saw me create for its shadow. Using more liquid glue, my reverse tweezers, and a ruler, I aligned and adhere each of the sentiments into place. I wanted a little bit more dimension on the orange card, so I did add a little bit of phone tape to give it a little bit more height. Key tip: when using phone tape, if you put a little bit of liquid glue on it, then you can move it around for just a few seconds before the foam's adhesive sticks to the card. With that, I call these cards complete. I really love how these cards are made with the same embossing folder and inking methods, but both have a distinctly different appearance. For those of you looking to add even more dimension, you could try adding a bit of shimmer from a Wink of Stella pen or some glitter glue. It really makes the card sparkle and stand out. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more crafting tips, design ideas, and fun tutorials. And as always, click the bell icon so you never miss out on our latest content. Remember, crafting is happiness. I'll see you next time.